You know, we have talked long and hard about Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, the Bloodline in general regarding WrestleMania 40 next year. But today, I want to give you guys my ideas, my fantasy booking, if you will, for all of the involved. Roman, Cody, the Bloodline, and where I would place everybody in Lincoln Financial Field next year at WrestleMania 40. So first things first, before we talk about where I would go, we need to talk about the now. We got SummerSlam coming up soon, and just to give you guys what I would have happen at SummerSlam that is going to play into the longevity of everything that I would fantasy book here, Cody Rhodes would defeat Brock Lesnar, and Roman Reigns would retain the Undisputed Universal Championship against Jey Uso. Now, what all these people do over the next couple of months into the fall, into Survivor Series, I'm really not here to book those minute details. Brock Lesnar, I could very much see disappearing after SummerSlam, maybe coming back for the Saudi show if that does get confirmed for the end of October, early November, doing that. But then after that, specifically for this fantasy booking, I would have him go incognito until the Royal Rumble. As for Cody Rhodes, you really don't need to get too creative. Just keep him hot. Kind of do what they're doing. Just giving him a feud here, giving him a feud there, whether it's Brock, Dominic. Just keeping Cody Rhodes hot is top priority. I've thrown out plenty of ideas here on the channel. Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul. If they do a King of the Ring, have Cody Rhodes win it. Just do whatever you want with Cody. Just keep him hot, keep him in the limelight, keep building him up as a top superstar that he already is heading into WrestleMania season. And then as for Roman Reigns, I don't know if he'll be at Payback or Fastlane, remains to be seen, but I assume he'll be at Saudi, and then he'll probably be at Survivor Series as well. And really, you can throw whoever you want at Roman Reigns at those shows. If you want to do a match with Jimmy Uso, go ahead. If you want to run it back one more time with Jey and one more Hell in the Cell, go for it. If you just want to throw fill in the blank at Roman Reigns, like an AJ Styles, a Bobby Lashley, a Bray Wyatt, whoever, just give Roman Reigns some opponents and have him, of course, retain the Undisputed Universal title. And now that we've set the stage all throughout the fall, let's talk about into 2024 and specifically the Royal Rumble. So same thing with Roman Reigns on this show, throw whoever at him to retain his championship, but in the men's Royal Rumble matchup, Cody Rhodes, of course, going to be a participant, but I would also have the street champ himself, Solo Sikoa, in the Rumble matchup this year, or next year, you guys know what I mean. And as I mentioned earlier, after Saudi, if he's there, I would have Brock Lesnar just go incognito for the next few months, which I mean is not hard to say because that's right up Brock's alley. Just show up and then disappear until the Royal Rumble matchup. And in that matchup, I would have Brock Lesnar hit the ring. He's obviously not going to be out there for long because Brock Lesnar don't get paid by the hour. Eliminates Cody Rhodes. Big surprise, right? Lesnar throwing out a guy that everybody thinks is a top pick to win. Eliminates Cody Rhodes. Gets all the heat on that. And then also eliminates Solo Sikoa from the matchup. So we're eliminating Cody Rhodes, taking him out. Big shock. Well, we thought Cody was going to fight Roman, so big thing there. Obviously, Lesnar following up on all the history that him and Cody have. But then we're also laying some groundwork between Lesnar and Solo, which we'll get back to. And of course, I wouldn't have Brock Lesnar win this matchup. Who throws out Brock Lesnar really doesn't matter. I toyed with the idea of maybe Solo rushing back in the ring and tossing Lesnar out of the matchup. Maybe you could add that for some steam. Maybe not. Doesn't really matter. And hell, maybe it would be a good idea to do something like that, because the next pivotal thing that needs to happen in this story is Brock Lesnar himself, for whatever reason, revealing that Paul Heyman was the guy who paid him off to attack Cody Rhodes and keep Cody Rhodes busy for all these months, so Cody was out of the picture for Roman Reigns. And maybe Brock Lesnar decides to do that because Solo Sikoa was pissed off that Lesnar eliminated him in the Royal Rumble matchup. Solo rushes back in, attacks Lesnar, chucks him out, and then Brock being Brock is just like, you know what, F you, and spills the beans on Raw or SmackDown, whatever. And of course, when this happens, this is going to infuriate the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. His wise man paid off Brock Lesnar, went to Brock Lesnar behind his back after all the history between Roman and Brock, and told Brock, hey, here's some cash, whatever, go take care of Cody Rhodes. Because in Roman Reigns' minds, he's thinking, well, if Paul did that, Paul Heyman believes I can't beat Cody Rhodes, and now I feel like I can't trust the wise man himself. And I could already visualize this segment in my head. Roman Reigns just berating Paul Heyman in the ring on SmackDown, and then Roman Reigns orders Solo Sikoa to take out the trash. Solo Sikoa Samoan spike to Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman is kicked out of the Bloodline, if you still even want to call them the Bloodline as they are, but officially fired as the wise man to Roman Reigns. But we're not done there with the aftermath, because Solo Sikoa, I'll have that happen on an episode of SmackDown, and then the Street Champ gonna show up on Monday Night Raw and do the same to the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. When Roman Reigns said take out the trash, he wasn't just talking about Paul Heyman. He said, you know what? I'm not dealing with this Brock Lesnar guy anymore. I'm over it. We've been there. We've done that. Solo, you go handle him. So Solo Sikoa shows up on an episode of Raw, ambushes Brock, and puts the beat down on the Beast. I'm talking several Samoan spikes. I'm talking Samoan splash through the announce table. Just absolutely obliterates Brock Lesnar. And all the while this is happening, Cody Rhodes is sitting back like, so wait a minute, I had to deal with all of this with Brock Lesnar because Paul Heyman paid off Lesnar. But the reason Heyman did that is because he wanted me to get my attention away from Roman Reigns. And Cody Rhodes this whole time has been distracted because of Brock Lesnar. He hasn't even had the chance to think about getting his retribution for Solo Sikoa spiking him at WrestleMania, for the tag team match that never came to be on the Raw after WrestleMania because of Brock Lesnar, because of Paul Heyman. And Cody Rhodes takes that anger and focuses it towards Roman Reigns. Cody shows up on an episode of SmackDown infuriated. He's talking to Adam Pearce. We end up getting Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns face to face. Roman Reigns is like, you know what, dude? Your issues are with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. They're the ones who did all this behind my back. And Cody's like, no, I took care of Brock at SummerSlam. And Paul Heyman, I don't know who to trust. He was your guy. Now he's Brock's guy. At the end of the day, this was done to get me away from you. And I'm not having it anymore. I did not forget what happened at WrestleMania 39. Cody wants Roman. And as we just mentioned, Roman Reigns is just done with all this. He's ordering Solo Sikoa to take out Heyman, which he did. He's ordering him to take out Lesnar, which he did. So Solo Sikoa, next on the list is take care of Cody Rhodes once and for all. Because of all this chaos, and because that Cody got screwed at WrestleMania, because we never got the tag match last year on Monday Night Raw, we end up getting Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa at the Elimination Chamber. Stipulation very simple. Cody wins, he gets Roman Reigns once and for all at WrestleMania 40. And you could really play up that even without the Usos, even without Paul Heyman, Cody Rhodes is still outnumbered with Solo Sikoa in there with Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns at ringside trying everything to make sure Cody is not going to win this match, because Roman Reigns knows that Cody is the biggest threat to his spot at the top. And of course, who's going to rear their ugly heads during this matchup? Paul Heyman, but not just by himself. Paul Heyman alongside the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar, who rushes down to the ring, F5s Roman Reigns at ringside, and of course this mayhem is going to cause distraction. Cody Rhodes is going to defeat Solo Sikoa because of it, and Cody now has his ticket punched to fight Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. And it's kind of a full circle thing, because on the Raw after WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar looked like he was going to help Cody get that payback against Solo and Roman, but Brock the whole time was paid off by Paul Heyman. But because of Roman and Solo's choices to disband themselves from Paul Heyman, now Brock Lesnar is back. Now he actually is unintentionally helping Cody Rhodes get his payback on Roman Reigns and get another shot to become champ, because now Lesnar's got his own vendetta against Solo Sikoa. So pretty simple from here. At WrestleMania 40, we now have a babyface. Once again, Brock Lesnar alongside Paul Heyman one-on-one with Solo Sikoa. And then of course on WrestleMania Sunday in the main event, we have Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. And you may be saying, well, how's Brock a babyface? Because, like, even whether he was paid off or not, he still did all the dastardly tactics to Cody Rhodes. And I hear you with that, but this is Brock Lesnar. If WWE's going to present him as a face, people are going to cheer him. If they're going to present him as a heel, people are going to boo him. If Solo Sikoa ambushes Lesnar so bad on an episode of Monday Night Raw, and then Lesnar comes back and helps Cody the next time we see him, he's instantly a babyface again. That's just how it works. I hope I explained that well enough. I think you guys get the gist of it, though. Even if I might have left out some details I had in my head, I did the best I could. But the last thing to mention is at WrestleMania 40, I would have Solo Sikoa defeat Brock Lesnar, and of course I would have Cody Rhodes defeat Roman Reigns to become the Undisputed Universal Champion. And after WrestleMania 40, and really you can pick your poison as to who's going to be the face and who's going to be the heel, but then we move into Solo Sikoa versus Roman Reigns. That big feud heading into next year's SummerSlam. And again, have your pick on who turns on who. You can have Solo Sikoa turn on Roman Reigns and Roman Reigns becomes a babyface yet again, or you could treat Roman Reigns like the Triple H of Evolution and Solo as the Batista of Evolution. And even though there's no championship involved now, Solo gets that big Batista breakout moment, if you will. You could really have your fun with it, but as for WrestleMania 40, that's what I would do with those 4 guys. And of course, I failed to mention anything about Jey and Jimmy Uso, but I'll be honest, after Roman wipes the floor with both of them, which is gonna happen, at least Jey, I'm really not sure what's next for them in this story. I think they can go one of 2 ways. One is just being a tag team again and maybe having some big time, whether it's for the titles or not, tag team match at WrestleMania 40 against fill-in-the-blank opponents. Or you could possibly have some fun with a Jey versus Jimmy situation at WrestleMania. I'm not saying it's going to be on the level of a Bret versus Owen Hart or a Matt and Jeff Hardy, but a big brother versus brother matchup like that, I'm sure it'd be great. What the basis of the storyline is remains to be seen. I'm just throwing out that idea. I'd be down for Jey versus Jimmy. I think at this point they have reached that status where people will definitely take them seriously and be interested in them as singles for a while. I think Jey versus Jimmy and whatever storyline you want to throw at them for WrestleMania 40 would be great. But let me know down below in the comments, what do you guys think of this fantasy booking? Again, loose ideas, you guys get the gist of it, but let me know down below in the comments if you guys are feeling my plans for the Bloodline and company at WrestleMania 40. Be sure to like and subscribe as well, and go follow me across all social medias at Noah Nation Vlogs, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.